Good evening, everyone. It was back to the racetrack today for the final day of racing in the UP at the Bark River International Raceway. Kyle Kleiman was so fast today, he finished the race before I could even get there. This was Kyle's second straight first place finish at the raceway this weekend. Kyle currently sits at 6th in the standings in the Pro Light. His brother Cody finished 7th today to move him to 10th in the standings. It was also Kyle's birthday today, so he celebrated with 2 first place finishes over the weekend. How about we head to the Pro two-wheel drive race? CJ Greaves was the car to watch because he had won 6 straight races entering this race, including a pair of victories yesterday. Nick Tyree in the 91 truck had the lead early on, but would have issues and pull off the track and finished 8th. That would allow Keegan Kincaid in the 7 truck to take the lead. Just a few laps later, though, it would be Kincaid trying to hold off CJ Greaves, but the Monster 33 would not stick around long enough for Kincaid. He gets by him and captures the lead. Bark River native Jason DeGrave finished on the podium yesterday, but ran into trouble here. He lost his back tire and that ended his day in 7th place. And speaking of the number 7, CJ Greaves had the chance to grab his 7th consecutive victory this season, and he did. Keegan Kincaid finished 2nd. Mike Jenkins finished 3rd. The final race of the day was the Pro 4-wheel drive, and CJ Greaves wanted a weekend sweep, but one man stood in his way, and CJ calls him Dad. Early on, though, it was the man from Phelps, Chad Horde, who captured the lead, and he would hold a huge lead. Unfortunately for him, though, Johnny Greaves caught him before the halfway mark, and Horde would have some tire issues, which dropped him to the back. Horde would go on to finish, though, in 5th, and you can see his tire flapping there. After the restart, it was the 22 of Johnny Greaves holding off the advances of the 33 and his son CJ Greaves, but the 33 would not stop his quest for 8. On the second to final lap, CJ grabs the lead from his father and captures his 8th consecutive win and a sweep of the weekend at Bark River. Johnny Greaves finishes 2nd with Scott Douglas in 3rd. Well, it was last year around this time that the Escanaba senior girls softball team found their way to the World Series. This year, the big league softball team, featuring several of the players from last year's team, found their way back. How about we head to Roxana, Delaware for the opening festivities at the Little League World Series from the Lower Sussex Little League in Roxana. The Escanaba Big League girls are their Central Regional champions. The girls are playing Southern California District 51 in their first game of the tournament. That was tonight. The team came out to a large reception, and they looked to make it back to the title game, where last year the senior girls team ended up as runner-ups. There was also a team from China at the tournament making their first ever appearance. The tournament will run until next Sunday. For more sports scores and highlights, you can visit us online at uppermichigansource.com. I did mention early on that Jonathan Lucroy stayed with the Brewers. Cleveland was very hot on him. They really wanted him. And the Indians, the trade was there, but Lucroy denied it.
Wow.
And he stayed in Milwaukee, so Brewers fans very happy. But the Indians did go out, and they got a 6'7" left-hander from the New York Yankees, who I'm not super excited about him leaving, but the Indians are trying to make that big push at this point. But right now, hopefully the Tigers, the energy that they have, can actually grab a win against the Indians this year. They just need like 1 or 2 late in the season against the Indians to try and make that playoff push.
And that Tigers win today was exciting, but I don't know if you could beat yesterday's.
Absolutely not. That was amazing.
Absolutely. Thanks, Ethan.
You're welcome.